사람을 찾습니다.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
We are about to start the international conference now. So I'm Professor Jinuk Lee, moderator of today's international conference on carbon neutrality. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. The conference will begin with introductions of guests and speakers, followed by presentations from the speakers. Before we start, let's salute the flag. Everyone please stand up. Please join me in the pledge of allegiance. 모두 기립해 주시기 바랍니다. 국기에 대한 경례를 하고 시작하도록 하겠습니다. 네, 국기에 대한 경례가 있겠습니다. 국기에 대한 경례.
나는 자랑스러운 태극기 앞에 자유롭고 정의로운 대한민국의 무궁한 영광을 위하여 충성을 다할 것을 굳게 다짐합니다.
네, 바로 네, 감사합니다. 앉아주시기 바랍니다. Thank you. Please be seated. I'd like to introduce our guests and professors from Hankyong National University. First, let me introduce our guests of honor. I'm not familiar with the pronunciation, so please understand if my pronunciation is a little different. And please welcome them with a round of applause. Yang Chang-chen, a special envoy of the President of Burundi, is in attendance. And next, Dr. Eungong Tui, Director of the University of Nong is in attendance. And Professor Dotien Dewey from University of Nong is in attendance. And Commander Seon Sik is in he's not here yet, okay. And there are 3 people from Acuity Funding attended. Ranjit Thambiraja, John Hwang, Eungweng Viet An. And Mr. Yang Hu Kyung, Chairman of TEC Corporation, is in attendance. And Dr. Dong Huimei from the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences is in attendance. And Mr. Zai Wei, President of Guangdong Gontai Biological Science Company, is in attendance. Yuji Miyama, President of SJG Japan, is in attendance. And Mr. Myung-han Shin, President of SJ Global Korea, is in attendance. And Dr. Chang-sun Jang, GGGI Foundation, is in attendance. And Ho-chul Kim, President of Freed Life, is in attendance. And we have many guests such as Keisha Bio, QM Global, SNE Solutions, etc. Please welcome again with a round of applause. 박수 부탁드립니다. 네. Next up, let me introduce our guest from Hankyong National University. First of all, Dr. Won-hee Lee, President of Hankyong National University, is in attendance. And Dr. Tae-wan Kim, Executive Vice President, is in attendance. And Dr. Min-kyung Lee, she's not here yet. Okay, next, Dr. Chan-gi Kim, Vice President of Academic Affairs, is in attendance. And Dr. Chang-hyun Kim, 네, Vice President of Planning, is in attendance. And Dr. Seung-hong An, I saw him yet. Okay, he's He is a Vice President of Student Affairs. He is in attendance. And Dr. Seung-jae Lee, Associate Director of International Cooperation Center. Ryu, 네, okay. Instead of Seung-jae Lee, Dr. Ho-il Ryu, Director of International Cooperation Center, is in attendance. Yes, there are so many people participating in this conference. Thank you again. Next, we will have a welcome from the President. Please come forward and we can hear from him.
오, 키가 커서 내려야 되겠네. Welcome all the distinguished guests from various continents, including Vietnam, China, Australia, and Burundi. Hankyong National University has made a new start with the merge of the 85-year-old Hankyong University and 22-year-old Korean Welfare University in March 2023. As you know, in Korea, there are 37 national universities, but among them, Hankyong National University is the only national university located in Gyeonggi Province. The combined history of both schools has a historical depth of more than 100 years. I would like to thank all of our staff and alumni for their hard working leading up to today. In recent years, the decline in the number of students enrolled due to the decline in school-age population has led to a crisis in the university, so that the function and the status of the university are in need of a complete overhaul. After passing through the era of elite education and the mass education, nowadays we face a new demand for customized education. Now, university should not be a system where students just follow the courses prescribed by their professors, but a structure in which students take a variety of courses and design their own identity. It's not a system of my university, my professors, which is a closed system, but our students, our professors, which is an open system. So research needs to be connected, and students have to have their own options, and facilities have to be open. In response to these environmental changes, Hankyong National University is making many new attempts. In this context, it's our great significance to hold the international conference on the theme of carbon emission trading system on the occasion of 85th anniversary of Hankyong National University. Founded in 1939, our university has a strength in agriculture. In the past, what agriculture-related research and education meant was focused on food productivity. However, nowadays, agriculture is closely related with the environment, and agriculture and IT are combined, making smart farms are the subject of research and education. So I would like to thank for bringing together experts from China and Vietnam to discuss this important topic. Overall, we are very much pleased to have signed an MOU to cooperate with GGGI, which is committed to ESG practices and to cooperate in green growth projects. I hope that today's conference will take the opportunity to secure our university's leading position in education and research in Korea in relation to the carbon emission trading system. I would like to thank the faculty and the staff for the hard work to carry out this global conference and thank the presentators and experts for their participation. We hope you take good memories on the campus of Hankyong National University with a spring fever. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, thank you for your welcome speech. Let's move on to the next section. It's main section, we are going to have a talk on the topic of carbon neutrality. For our first talk, we will hear from Dr. Dong of the GGGI Foundation on the topic of green growth and carbon. Please come forward and 박수로 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
Good afternoon. My name is Seok from GGGI, Global Green Growth Institute. Let me clarify, actually, that the Ban Ki-moon, the 8th Secretary General of the United Nations, he has owned the Ban Ki-moon Foundation, but the GGGI is an international organization, so the Ban Ki-moon serves as president and chair for our organization. So there's a different organization, but the Ban Ki-moon also one of our chair for the international organization. So today I would like to very briefly introduce what is a GGGI and what we are supporting our member country. So my name is 장창선입니다. I'm the lead in transport and social mobility. So I'm working as a deputy director in the GGGI. So there's three topics. First one, I briefly introduced the GGGI, and currently what is the net zero, and then how to is linking each other, net zero and transport. And last one, I'd like to introduce the greener fuel cooperation. So the ODA and ITMO, carbon cooperation, will be done as one of the methods to support our member to become the more green or the net zero. 죄송합니다. 제가 지난주에 감기가 걸려서 중간중간마다 제가 목이 막힐 수 있는데 이해 부탁드리겠습니다. So GGGI is a treaty-based intergovernmental organization, so dedicated to the support and promote the climate change adaptation and green growth in developing country. Most of our member is a developing country. That's why we are mainly support the developed country. So as I said, is the president and chair is Mr. Ban Ki-moon is our chair for our organization. Also, there is a director general. Actually, they are the secretary general. The work is done by the decision by the Frank Lisberman. GGGI, as an international organization, we have 6 thematic areas. First one is solar energy, forest, waste, and green building, and gender and inclusive development. And last one is sustainable the transport. So based on the 6 thematic areas, we support our member to more the sustainable or the transform their economy or more greener. So still we have 47 members, but the one more country is also to become the member. So now it has 48 member countries become our member for GGGI. But also we support more than 50 countries. Actually, in 50 countries, we conducting the project and program in terms of the sustainable transport project or forest project or waste management project. So this is our covering area. So first one, we also considering the assessment of their policy or the regulatory framework. And based on our assessment, we suggest or recommend the policies or the solution to our member. And based on our assessment and the policies, we develop and design the project and program, and we are trying to implement some specific project for our member. Yes, I'm in charge of the transport, so I just in charge of the transport sector. And this is a kind of the process, how we work together with our member. First one, we identify what is the problem, what is the issue. And based on the assessment, we try to make some conceptualizing of the project and program. And then to make a more clear, we provide 3 types of the solution or the supporting area. The first one is capacity building. Yes, we are very enhanced the people, and we are very well the educated person. So sometimes it is good for the respond to some of the problem. But in most of the country, it's very difficult to find out the proper knowledge or proper capability. So we provide a capacity building, and also we provide a technical assistance. The technical assistance meaning is not the providing the technology or the kind of thing as a pilot some product, but the technical assistance meaning is that we conducting the technical assessment or the designing the project or the developing or mobilizing financial resources. So this is a very essential the activities for the international organization. So and then also in order to make a more sustainable, actually the policy support and the regulatory support, the establishment is very essential. So we are providing also the policy work. So if our project is developed based on our supporting area, we try to invite our partner, the organization, bilateral or multilateral. Bilateral is at the Korea Korea agency or the Denmark agency or UK agency. And also we are very closely work together with the multi-developing, the World Bank or ADB or Africa Developing. Through the collaboration, we try to implement some specific project in our member. So we everywhere, I think we usually implementing more than 150 projects. So based on the project, we produced, actually we mobilized more than 2 billion the project in our member, and also we support our member to adopt the green growth policies or regulatory framework, and also we support them to capacity building. So this is our partner. So hopefully Hankyong University will be the one of our partner, and then based on our partnership, we hope to do the more the green the project in the developing country and our member. So net zero and transport. Yes, many countries. Yes, here is the total number. 137 countries, they submitted their ambitious plan how to achieve the net zero. And yes, already Bhutan achieved the net zero, but still most of the countries still they are looking for some of the solution to going and transform their industry and transform all of the energy, national structure into a green growth. So in terms of the most of the country, they are placed their net zero plan 2050. China, Japan, and Korea also one of the countries for the time and the period, and also the China also they are strong the willingness to become the net zero. But actually, in order to achieve the net zero, the plan or place, actually the transport is very important area, because of the 25% is of the global green growth, global the carbon emission is generated from the transport sector. So among the 25%, road transport is the big part of the carbon emission. And the aviation and shipping also about the 15% among the 25% of the total the transport area. So that's why the most of countries to develop kind of the decarbonizing transport solution. The first one is the electrification of the transport, kind of the electric vehicle, or the hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle. That will be one of the solution. But these two type of the technology is very good for the road transport. But for the aviation or maritime, shipping, or the flight, actually there is no any kind of the concrete solution. So that is one of the issue or the area where we have to find out the solution. So in this line, one of the very essential and very tangible maybe is the solution would be the biofuel. So these days, I'm very focusing on the road transport, but slightly I want to do the more, to get the more pipeline in the aviation and maritime transport. So that's why I found that the one very key solution is biofuel. So in terms of the aviation sector, the Europe, they set up their plan for the decarbonizing the aviation sector. So in 2025, most of the country or the aviation, the company, they should utilize the biofuel. Actually, they have to blending the biofuel with their current the diesel, the aviation fuel, 2%. But it is sharply changed in 2050. There's a 70% should be biofuel or the clean fuel for the aviation sector. Actually, these days, it is less than the 1%. It is, do you think it is achievable? Maybe it's very difficult. So that's why we have to find out some of the solution this day. And also in terms of the maritime sector, the International Maritime Organization also, they have to set up their plan to reduce the carbon emission in the maritime sector. So compared to the 2008, they said maybe the 2023 should be reduced the emission about the 20% compared to the 2008. But in terms of the 2050, 100%. How to we can achieve that goal? There is no any solution, but as you said, already there is some of the set up the solution, set up the policy for net zero. So that's why it is essential the action, but essential action, but there is no solution. So there is maybe the area where we have to find out the solution. So in this line, I'm very happy to present today the kind of our greener fuel cooperation. So in this line, I find that the very good the solution that is a KENYAF. KENYAF, I don't know exactly, but I tried to learn the Kenya. What is a KENYAF, and what is a KENYAF can bring the benefit to global. And in terms of my understanding, the KENYAF, we can make some good the biofuel for the sustainable aviation fuel. So aviation fuel. So bioenergy produced from the pressing, the KENYAF seed provide a potential substitute for the fossil fuel. And also the KENYAF is very good methodology for the bioethanol. Bioethanol from the stump, we can produce the bioethanol. Bioethanol is one of the source for the road transport. And biochar is good for, maybe you are much better than me in terms of the agriculture sector. So this plant is very good, produce a very good solution. So in this line, if we try to learn the KENYAF and learn, utilize and try to find that the KENYAF, the solution, I think maybe we can respond or address some of the issue in the transport sector. So if we have some good ambitions or good solution, maybe we can design kind of international some kind of the project. But for the project, maybe I would like to suggest the 5 the component. First one is a regulatory framework. As I said, a regulatory framework is very important to get the country ownership. And also we have to provide a capacity building, how to disseminating best practice and knowledge project, providing training for Kenya cultivation and application. And also the pilot project and the networking. Actually, this day is not just one country cannot solve the global issue. Actually, we have to work together. That's why, and then we can respond to the global issue, and we can find some solution for the global. So that's why the network is very important, and then as a scaling up. But in order to go to the scaling up stage of the scaling up, we need to see and establish that kind of thing. So I hope to do conduct this kind of activities with you, the Hankyong University and our partner in China and Japan and Vietnam. So there is some of the some of the approaches, possible approaches. First one is ODA. Maybe it's bilateral ODA would be the good source for the piloting and identifying the feasibility of the CANYAF and produce the biofuel. And also these days is the issue of the climate change is very important. So there is a market mechanism. There is a ITMO, the cooperation, international transport mitigation objects. So through the bilateral, the two type of the project financing, ODA, and carbon cooperation, ITMO, and then through this two type of the cooperation, maybe we can the push and also we can do facilitating the adoption of participation of the private sector in this area, and then if the private sector joining, that is sustainable. So that would be the kind of the solution, but it is kind of the process and some of the approaches. But in order to do these kind of approaches, actually the network and partnership is very essential. So I hope to do some days. I want to do some of the activities and the project and program with the Hankyong University and the very good student would be our good sources for this project. So thank you, and thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. Second, we are going to hear from Dr. Ha on the topic of agricultural carbon credit. Please, 네, 박수로 맞이해 주시기 바랍니다.
Hello everyone, my name is S.Y. Ha from Hankyong University. I'm sorry, my voice is very hoarse. Maybe it is not uncomfortable to listen. Today, my topic is agricultural carbon emission trading in Korea. I would like to first introduce green gas emission in Korea in overall. And next, I want to introduce Korea Emission Trading System, KETS. There are some status and challenges now. And finally, I would some information give to you Korea Emission Trading System in agriculture sector. First, Korea emission trading is peaked at 2018 at 727 million tons per year. It is peaked later than other industrialized countries. And as you see, then the per capita emission is around 2 times the G20 average countries. And agricultural greenhouse gas emission in Korea is mainly from the digestive progress of cattle around 36%, and rice cultivation 29%, and livestock manure 25%. The agricultural sector covered almost 3% of total emission in Korea. In addition, the methane emission is very critical to agricultural sector. 33 million tons, although it is decreased by 7% last 20 years, but the methane emission is mainly comes from agriculture. It is very tough, our task, how to reduce it. South Korea introduced our NDC target 40% reduction, the basis of 2011 level till 2030. The result is that the total emission is 436 billion ton CO2. The government set this target in the basis of linear leaders pathway from 2011 to 2050, net zero. It is very significant task. Government and they plan those and their target on the basis of linear base. It may be very top-down approach. Therefore, agricultural sector also have to reduce huge amount of carbon, CO2. They have to target is 2030 have to be 18 million ton by 2030, and 2050 almost 16 billion ton CO2. The 40% reduction, same goal to the agricultural part as well. I have already shown before, methane emission reduction target, also very tough. 10% and 35% respectively. Also, N2O emission is mainly from fertilizer or manure of agricultural sector. It should have to reduce 10%, 30%, 2030 and 2050 as well. Korea and emission trading system, KETX, launched 2050, almost 10 years ago. KETX covered almost 75% of total Korea GHG emission. Attended almost 700 company and corporation covered by KETX. You have seen the 6-part, 6 coverage, 6 sector, and auction permission system. Government and controlled and their GHG emission, all these and their total GHG emission by cap and trade method on the basis of a market system. At the beginning of an KETX, the price of emission permit started around below than the 10,000 won, exactly 641. It rose very sharply. They topped almost 40,000 3,000 won, and after very quickly, sharply declined. As you know, then the COVID-19 is in the spread worldwide. And also a little bit rise up after that, continuously down than the world. As you see in the volume of emission permits and the trade, current last year late and this year is very sharply volume is increased. The reason is government and control the emission permit carrying over restriction they announced. That kinds of policy make the company supply the emission permit. After that, sharp decline in price. Anyway, the average price of emission permit may be 20,000 won, almost $15. In agricultural sector, KETX is government and controlled as an external business. Farmers, they reduced greenhouse gas through their low carbon agricultural technology. They earn additional income through the reduction amount and carbon into the market. Also, they have a benefit from the reduction farming cost. At first started in 2017. At that time, only 2 farmers participated. And after that, continuously increased the participating farm. Now in almost 200 farms attended in this program. At the starting point, only 3,000 tons CO2 reduced, but nowadays almost 45,000 tons CO2 is reduced. On the basis of an agricultural technology, low carbon agricultural technology is mainly from the electronic sector. Water curtain insulation and geothermal and heat pump, right, is energy part. From the energy part, low carbon technology is developed and pursued. Roughly, we can calculate the benefit of farmers. This is based on the 10 years project. Annually, reduction amount maybe 230 tons CO2. As I before explained, the emission trading price 20,000 won per ton, and 10 years, almost 46 million won may be benefit. The cost of participating in the KETX in agriculture is total is 8 million won. registration and certification and verification fee. Today, only 2 million won for verification fee is charged to the farm. In the result, maybe 44 million won, 33,000 US dollar for year will be the net profit, a net benefit to farm. There are almost 16 low carbon agricultural technology. Currently, very focused on the energy saving technology. But there are some limitations to the cooperation is very important between farmers and corporate. Attending in the KETX through the energy-related technology, there are very high cost and individual endeavor. So it is important between corporate and farmers and enterprising is important. Currently, and Rural Development Administration, they researched the technology based on more agricultural-based low-carbon technology. For example, water management. It means AWD, intermittent irrigation and shallow watering. That kinds of water management, it is very critical to reduce their emission and increase the productivity of agriculture. So in that case, compared to the conventional technology, new technology can reduce the almost a half reduction of GHG emission. In addition, also cultivation and nutrient management, they can also 16% reduction can be accomplished. Before section, GGGI presented biochar is very important and critical technology for the agricultural reduction. It also 50% reduction can be possible. Nowadays, the Rural Development Administration also introduced some very nice water management machine. It is very low cost, entry level, automatic. It looks like a little bit robot. They equipped their seasonal water management program inside, so we can use it very automatically. They manage the intermittent and shallow water management. That kinds of an R&D and technology application will be given a benefit to the farmers and reduce the greenhouse gas emission. I would like to finish my presentation, and I have already shown some agricultural KETX in system and some technology. It may be help to the India, Vietnam, and China and other development country. I hope there are some very relationship is needed to develop. I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation, Dr. Ha. Next, we will hear from the Director of Industry Academy Corporation at Nong University in Vietnam. Yes, please come forward and 박수로 맞이해주시기 바랍니다.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you very much, Hanyang National University, for inviting us, a group of people from Nong University and the deans, to come to this very special occasion on the anniversary of 85th anniversary of Hanyang National University, and to attend this international conference on agriculture, agricultural carbon emission trading here today. So my name is Thuy. I'm from Nong University. My presentation is not sophisticated as the other two presentations that you just listened. We learned a lot from the other two presentations because Vietnam is, we are just opened about 35 years ago to integrate to the region. And here's my all right. So here's the outlines of my presentation. So first of all, I will talk about the Green Growth Strategy for Sustainable Agriculture and how Vietnam take this perspective into the sustainable development, agricultural development. Because rice is the major crops in Vietnam, I would like to take a case of rice production in Vietnam to illustrate how the suitable agriculture is important for us and how the Vietnamese strategy, how the Vietnam government achieve the strategy of suitable agriculture, of green growth and suitable agriculture. So I will go on with the introduce a project on sustainable development of 1 million hectare rice, specialized farming in a price with high yield, high qualities and low carbon emission. Finally, I also would like to take this opportunity to introduce about Nong University and what is our role in the new state of development of our agriculture. So to start the presentation, I would like to borrow the framework from the Chan Jin Kim of the Korean scientist in his study about the green growth in Korea. So we see that the green growth system is explained how green growth system to ensure the harmonious development between the economies and environment. So so for the economic growth, the green growth approach we have to enhance the economic efficiency of production and consumption, and at the same time to minimize the environmental burden to meet the environmental capacity. So this is this framework to show the synergy effects between the environment and the economies. We call the win-win strategy. Now, I would like to talk about the Vietnam strategy for the sustainable agriculture and sustainable agricultural development toward the carbon neutral economies. And you know that the Prime Minister of Vietnam have declared the decision of 3444 is about the national strategy for green growth in Vietnam, and this is how we achieve the goal of sustainable development of sustainable agricultural development toward carbon neutral economies. So in terms of agriculture, GDP growth, for the next for the decade of 2020 to 2030, we will achieve the growth rate of 2.5 to 3%, and we will improve the efficiency of utilization and the production of natural resources, and try to increase the forest coverage to the 42% of the total area. And in that strategy, the rate of organic fertilizer product will reach about over 30%. And to achieve that, the strategy is focused on applying the advanced irrigation methods, saving waters for at least 30% of the upland crops of the planting area. And the organic farming will reach over 2% of the total areas, and organic livestock reach 2 to 3% of the total products. Maybe later on, if you have we have the dean of the faculty of agronomy and faculty of animal science here, there, because this is will provide you with the overall picture of the strategy, and to expand the scale of application of the good agricultural practice like VietGAP, Global Gap, ASEAN Gap, to improve the quality and the added value competitiveness and reduce the greenhouse gas emission in the agricultural sector. So the last goal is to develop the new rural areas, just like you have somewhere in Udon here, to meet in the green and suitable green growth, gas forming a lifestyle in harmony with the environment and the nature. So to achieve that goal, there are three strategies have been emphasized. First of all is the reduce of greenhouse emission and develop the green, safe, suitable agricultural production, and building the green lifestyle and suitable consumption. So for each of the strategy, the government in the national strategy for green growth have given some solution. For instance, to reduce the greenhouse emission, so it's the solution is to change production and consumption behavior and promote the use of bioenergy and use of green technology and processes. And to develop the green, safe, suitable agricultural production, the solution is to form the large-scale production and farming associated with the environmental protection, and strengthen the advanced farming and farming methods to apply high-tech, and to build the green lifestyle suitable. So we will promote the green consumption to develop green and low-carbon agricultural value chain, develop the new rural area in a green and sustainable direction. So with that, I will go on for the next is about the overview of the rice production in Vietnam. As I said at the very beginning, why we focus on rice production, because rice plays very important role in the agricultural product in Vietnam. And you can see on the chart, this is the total area of the rice in the last 10 years. And this, you can see the changes in the total. And overall, you can see that there's a decrease of the rice, the total areas, and in this picture. And next, also but you look at and also here is give you the chart, give you the production, in 1,000 tons, and the use of rice. So even though you can see that there's a very stable increase in the rice the rice yield in Vietnam. It can achieve at 6.2 tons per hectare. So I put together on in this slide the area production and yield rice of Mekong Delta versus the other region in the data in 2020. So we have the Mekong Delta is plays very important for the rice production in Vietnam. So you can see the production, the areas, and the yield is as highest as compared to other regions of Vietnam, or for the average of the whole country. So from the data you can see, I just presented, so the total cultivated areas of rice decreased in the last 10 years, and the yield slightly increased about 3 quintals per hectare per year, and total production decreased by average of 1.2 million tons as compared to 2013. And Vietnam rice export increased by average of 130,000 tons per year, and average price increased by 118 USD per ton as compared to the year 13. So what is the strength and the opportunity of rice cultivation? Vietnam have a very favorable ecological condition for rice cultivation. Especially, we have 2 areas that for rice production is the Red River Delta and the Mekong River Delta. But the Mekong River Delta is more important, and it's most favorable for the rice cultivation. The irrigation system for rice cultivation are well developed, and farmers quickly apply the advanced technology like the AWD, the alternate wetting and driving techniques, or the others, the 1 month fire reduction, and some other technology, advanced technology. And the average high yields of the rice in the Mekong Delta, the export market demand for the high quality rice is increasing. And you know that we, as compared to the previous year, in the recent year, we export with the rice with the high price, with the high quality rice. And the government has strategy for suitable development of rice industry. However, we also have some challenging or some difficult in rice cultivation. The farm size in Vietnam is small, and it's very difficult to apply the mechanization and the technological advance. And the value chains is not well developed, and it's fragmented and lacking connection between from the producer, the small farmers, to traders, and to the processing exporters. So it's not, it's still lack of connection between those stakeholders in the chain. And climate change caused the damage to rice production in the Mekong Delta. When we, during this time, right now, at the moment in the Mekong Delta, we are facing a serious drought, where the salinity water intrusion into the Mekong, and also because of the hydro dam development in the upstream. So we lack of fresh water to irrigate the rice in the Mekong. That is one of the the double effects of the climate change and also the development activity. And the decrease in natural resource, especially land and water resource, the use of high input material, increase the cost and the greenhouse gas emission. One of the problems in the Mekong Delta in the last few years is the burning of rice straw in the field lead to the harm of the environment. Even though now the gradually farmers they are aware of the harmful effect of the burning rice straw, and because of the awareness about the benefits of using rice straw as the materials for produce for the other activity, economic activity, like to use for the animal feed or for mushroom or for mulching, for composting. So then now it's increasing awareness of the effect of the burning rice straw in the field. So you can see some picture. Here's I took this few years ago, or 2 years ago actually, when we start a project that later on I will also explain. And now see it much better. So right for the rice straw management in Vietnam, the rice straw was approximately about 40 million tons a year, and more than 50% of rice straw in the Mekong Delta. About more than 50% rice straw is burned in the field, and 30% rice straw is buried in the field in the rainy season, because they cannot, to collect the rice straw, and they have to bury it. And this is the bury of the rice straw in the field also create a lot of the carbon emission, in the process. And only about 10% rice straw is collected for use in that byproduct, like as I mentioned before, the mushroom, animal feed, and mulching materials. So you can see the burning rice straw cause air pollution, traffic obstruction, and loss of nutrients. And burying rice straw also increase the greenhouse gas emission. So for the rice straw management in Vietnam, the strategy for sustainable development of rice industry in Vietnam, as stated by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, we targeted to collect rice straw from the field, reaching to 80% of the rice straw by 2025 and 100% in 2030, because of the harmful effect of the burning rice straw. You can see in the picture that now there's some, the farmer already applied the machine collecting the rice, and the rice straw and rice straw was transporting in the canal system. And in some picture you can see the rice were using as the mushroom media, used for produce the rice straw mushroom, and also for composting, for the animal feed. So most recently, actually, this decision was signed by the Prime Minister on the 27th of November last year. So it's about less than 6 months. So the approving of the project on sustainable development of 1 million hectares for specialized farming of rice with high quality and low emission associated with the green growth of the Mekong Delta by 2030. So this is the very important step that the Vietnamese government have implemented to realize the commitment that we will reduce, Vietnam will achieve the net zero emission in 2060. So this is a very important project right now in the Mekong Delta. The project objective is to establish 1 million hectares of specialized farming upright with high quality, low emission in association with restructure of the value chain-based production system and application of suitable farming procedure in order to raise value, promote suitable development by industry, enhance efficiency of in the business and production, increase income and living standard of the rice farmers, to protect environment, adapt to climate change, and reduce greenhouse gas emission, to finally contribute to the implementation of Vietnam international commitment, as I mentioned. Yeah. So that is literally in the decision of in the Vietnamese. It's translated into English. So project will be implemented in the 12 province of Mekong Delta, except for Bente. Bente is one province that at the coastal province, you can see it near the in the lowest part. So the other province we participate in this and depend on the plan and on of each province. The ministry will give the areas, we assign the areas, like each province will have an area for this high quality rice production with the low carbon emission. I think yeah. All right, so that's about the government policy, about the strategy for low carbon emission production in agriculture, and I will talk a bit about Nong Lam University. So Nong Lam University, Ho Chi Minh City, we are one of the oldest university in the south. We are about 15 years younger than Hangyang National University, but in Vietnam we're still the oldest one. And so next year we celebrate our 70 years anniversary. So our mission is to train the personnel in the field agriculture, and our vision is we become the research university by 2030. Currently, we have about 15 faculty and independent department. Aside from the traditional faculty, what we call faculty is actually just like college or in your system. So we have agriculture, agronomy, we have veterinary medicine, we have fishery, forestry. Those are the conventional or traditional faculties, measure in a university right now. But now we become the more comprehensive university. So we have about 1,000 staff and lecturers. We have a total number of about 24,000 students. And aside from teaching and research, we also had to do some community service, working with the people in rural areas to improve the lives of the people. So with the assistance from the other partners, from the international partner, most recently, actually this is the project that I just finished this month about sustainable rice straw management for improving the farmer livelihoods and low environmental footprint in rice-based production system. This funding support from the program we call AgriForce, it's Agriculture for Food Security toward 2030. The funding comes from the Sweden government through some university that our collaborators, our partners in Sweden. In that project, there's 4 activities. First of all, it's the collection and removal of rice straw in the field. So we apply the mechanization in the collecting rice straw, as you can see in the picture, some in previous slides. The second activity is using rice straw, teach farmers how to use restaurant as the fish resources. So we do training for the communities in the rural area to how to mix to have better feed for the animals, and that is I think that we are very successful on this, and the farmer they can get more income from using this technology. And mushroom production. So mushroom production is one of the space or the product getting from up the rice straw. And in this project, we also teach the farmers, train them how to do the mushroom production, and from the outdoor mushroom production and to develop the indoor mushroom production. And more than that, in this project, we consider the community's capacity building is more important, helping farmers to organize to group and produce better mushroom to join for the. All right. So another activity they use in rice straw at organic compost. Another the project that by the Nong University in collaboration with University of California in Santa Cruz about the documented adoption of alternate wetting drying techniques in the Mekong Delta. It was 2-3 years ago, and in this we reported in the FAO meeting in Kenya. All right, so that's on about the my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. Next, now we only have one presentation left. The last presenter is Dr. Dong Huimei from the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences. Please come forward.
啊，女士们、先生们，下午好！非常荣幸，非常高兴能有机会在这儿就中国对外直接投资绿色发展的相关政策以及进展和各位进行交流。
안녕하세요. 저는 중국 사과학원 수량경제 및 기술경제연구소 동해매입니다. 오늘 중국 대외 녹색발전 직접 투자 촉진에 관하여 발표를 하겠습니다.
我主要从以下几方面呢介绍我的内容。首先呢是中国对外直接投资的相关政策，以及呢中国对外直接投资的进展。
오늘 다음과 같은 목록으로 발표를 하겠습니다. 첫 번째는 14호 계획 1에 중국 대외 투자 상관 정책에 대해서 발표를 하고 있고요. 두 번째는 중국 OFDI 발전 상황에 대해서 설명을 드리겠습니다.
接下来是中国对外直接投资绿色发展的相关政策以及存在的问题。
그다음 2013년 이래 중국 대외 투자 녹색 발전 현황에 대해서 말씀을 드리고 중국 대외 녹색 투자 문제점에 대해서 발표를 하도록 하겠습니다.
最后就是就如何推动中国对外直接投资绿色发展呢，提出一些相关的政策建议。
마지막으로 중국이 대외 투자 녹색 발전 정책에 대한 권위에 대해서 발표를 하도록 하겠습니다.
21世纪以来，为应对日益严峻的生态环境问题和实现经济社会高效和谐可持续发展，推进经济社会绿色发展日益成为国际社会普遍关注的焦点。习近平总书记高度重视绿色发展理念，强调要顺应当代科技革命和产业革命变革大方向，抓住绿色转型带来的巨大发展机遇。在这个背景下，绿色可持续成为新发展阶段中国企业对外直接投资合作的鲜明主题。为此，中国政府出台一系列政策。
21세기 이래 점점 심각해지는 생태환경 문제에 대처하고 경제 사회의 효율적이고 조화로운 지속 가능한 발전을 실현하기 위해 경제 사회의 녹색 발전 추진이 국제 사회의 일반적인 관심이 초점이 되었습니다. 시진핑 총서기는 녹색 발전 이념을 고도로 중시하고 현대 과학 기술 혁명과 산업 변혁의 큰 방향에 순응하고 녹색 변화가 가져오는 거대한 발전 기회를 포착해야 된다고 강조했습니다. 이러한 배경에서 녹색과 지속 가능성은 새로운 발전 단계에서 중국 기업의 대외 투자 및 협력의 명확한 주제가 되었습니다.
今天呢，主要梳理一下2021年往后，中国政府出台的系列对外投资相关政策，分别是在2021年7月16号、2021年9月、2021年10月，一直到2022年3月16日，中国政府及相关部门出台了一系列的相关政策。这些政策呢，主要都是从不同的角度鼓励中国企业加快对外投资绿色发展。 建立健全绿色低碳循环发展循环经济体系，更好服务新发展格局。
대외 개방은 14차 5개년 계획의 키워드 중 하나이며 대외 직접 투자의 고품질 발전을 촉진하는 것은 중국 고수준 대외 개방의 핵심 내용입니다. 녹색 개방 청룡은 중국 대외 투자의 핵심 이념이고 2021년 14차 5개년 계획이 시작되는 해입니다.
由于时间关系呢，这些详细内容不再介绍。那么，在中国政府相关政策推动下，中国对外直接投资取得了一些很大的进展。
오늘 시간상 문제로 그 아래와 같이 간략하게 중국의 정책에 대해서 소개를 드리겠습니다.
首先，从投资规模上看，投资规模是逐年递增，但是在2022年呢，对外投资规模有所下降。
2021년 중국의 외국인 직접 투자는 전체적으로 지금 감소되고 있는 상황입니다.
是从2021年中国对外直接投资持续保持2位数增长，流量呢是1788.2亿美元，位列全球第2。2021年流量是2002年的66倍，年均增长速度是24.7%。 截至2021年末，中国对外直接投资存量是2.8万亿美元。但是呢，到2022年的时候，由于这个全球经济复杂多变，外部环境不确定、不稳定、难预料因素增多，所以中国对外直接投资流量由1788.2亿美元下降至1631.2亿美元。中国对外投资并购实际交易总额是200.6亿美元，同比下降37%。 截至2022年末，中国对外直接投资存量是27548.1亿美元，较上年减少303.4亿美元。
2021년 중국의 외국인 직접 투자는 두 자릿수 성장을 계속하여 트래픽이 1,788억 2천만 달러로 세계 2위를 차지하고 있으며 전년 동기 대비할 때 16.3%가 증가하였습니다. 지금 세계 10.5%를 차지하며 14차 5개년 계획에 좋은 출발을 실현했습니다. 2021년 트래픽은 2002년의 66배이며 연평균 성장률은 24.7%에 달합니다. 2021년 말까지 중국의 해외 직접 투자 재고는 거의 2조 8천억 달러에 달하며 2020년 말에 비해 2,044억 9천만 달러가 증가하여 2002년 말 재고의 93.1배에 달하며 세계 직접 투자 유출에서 차지하는 비중은 2002년 0.4%에서 6.7%로 증가했습니다. 2022년 세계 경제는 복잡하고 가변적이며 불안정한 외부 환경, 불확실하고 예측하기 어려운 요인이 증가함에 따라 중국의 해외 직접 투자 흐름은 1,788억 2천만 달러에서 1,631억 2천만 달러로 8.8% 감소하여 세계 점유율이 10.9%를 차지하며 전년 대비 0.4%가 증가했습니다. 중국의 해외 투자 및 인수합병 실질 거래액은 200억 6천만 달러로 전년 동기 대비 37% 감소했습니다. 2022년 말까지 중국의 해외 직접 투자 재고는 2억 7,548.1만 달러로 전년말 대비 303억 4천만 달러 감소했습니다.
其次是投资领域，投资领域的表现呢是呈多元化趋势。投资行业的涉及的国民经济则是8个行业大类，流向的主要的行业是租赁和商务服务业、制造业、金融业、批发零售业、采矿业、交通运输仓储和邮政业，投资金额都超过100亿美元。占首位的呢，前5位的分别是这个租赁和商务服务、制造业，接下来是金融、批发和零售、采矿，前5位。
2022년 중국의 대외 직접 투자는 계속해서 다원화된 추세를 보였으며 투자 산업은 이미 국가 경제의 18개 산업 대분류가 포함되어 있으며 임대 및 비즈니스 서비스, 제조, 금융, 도소매, 강업, 교통운송, 창고 및 우편 산업에 대한 투자는 모두 100억 달러를 초과했습니다. 이 중 임대 및 비즈니스 서비스업에 대한 투자는 26.7%인 434억 8천만 달러로 1위를 유지했으며 제조업에 대한 투자는 16.6%인 271억 5천만 달러로 2021년 3위에서 2위로 올라섰습니다. 그에 이어 금융업, 도소매업, 교통운송, 창고업, 우편업이 각각 13.6%, 13%, 9.2%를 차지했습니다. 14차 5개년 계획 전후의 중국 ODPA 트래픽 산업 구조 비교는 표에 나와 있습니다.
第3呢是投资区域分布表现的是邻近化特征。2022年超70%投资流向亚洲地区，这是从2013年到2020年，中国对外直接投资主要都是分布在东南亚地区。从这个表里也可以看出呢，不管是存量还是流量，主要集中在东南亚，占绝大部分比重，尤其是新加坡、印度尼西亚、泰国、越南以及老挝等国家。
투자 지역 분포는 인접화의 특성을 나타내며 2022년에는 70% 이상의 투자가 아시아 지역으로 흐르고 있습니다. 2013년부터 2020년까지 중국의 대외 직접 투자는 주로 동남아시아, 특히 싱가포르, 인도네시아, 태국, 베트남, 라오스 등 국가에 분포해 있습니다. 2013년 중국은 동남아시아에 72억 6,900만 달러를 투자하여 57.5%를 차지했습니다. 비전과 행동은 그해 우리나라의 동남아 투자가 146억 400만 달러로 배로 증가하여 77.2%를 차지했으며 그 후로도 높은 비율을 유지하고 있다고 나와 있습니다. 그리고 중동과 유럽, 중앙아시아, 몽골 및 남아시아에 대한 투자가 상대적으로 적게 되어 있습니다.
第4呢是投资模式，从这个“十四五”规划以来，中国对外直接投资模式虽然仍然是以绿地和并购为主，但是呢，现在境外经贸合作区已经成为中国对外直接投资的重要载体。
투자 패턴이 지속적인 혁신에서 중국은 경제무역 협력구를 건설하고 점차 세계 대외 투자와 해자 흡수를 주도하는 중요한 매개체가 되었습니다. 한 나라의 경제 발전에서 점점 더 중요한 역할을 하고 세계 경제 순환의 중요한 퍼센트를 차지하고 있습니다. 이와 관련하여 유엔 무역 개발은 특수 경제 지역을 주제로 외국 투자 유치, 대외 무역 및 산업 고도화 촉진에 있어서의 중요한 역할을 세계적으로 조사했습니다.
这张表呢是总结了中国对部分国家主要境外经贸合作区总共是86个，分布地区主要是分布在亚洲和非洲。类型呢，这是分布的地区，这是园区的名称以及园区的类型。从分布地区上看，主要是集中在非洲和亚洲；从类型上看呢，是加工型、农林开发型和多元型比较多。
이 도표에서 나와 있는 것처럼 일부 국가에서 중국이 건설한 86개 주요 해외 경제 및 무역 협력구를 정리한 도표인데요. 이러한 해외 단지 중에 캄보디아, 시아누쿠항 경제특구, 중국, 이집트, 스위스 경제무역협력구, 베트남, 중국 경제무역협력구, 중국 에티오피아 동방공업단지, 중국 벨라루스 공업단지, 태국 중국 료용공 공업단지 등이 전형적으로 대표 투자로 현저한 성과를 거두었습니다.
那么近年来呢，绿色可持续发展成为新发展阶段中国对外直接投资的主题。然后呢，主要表现是在绿色能源、绿色基建、绿色境外经贸合作区和绿色金融上都有所表现。
중국은 녹색과 지속 가능성으로 새로운 발전 단계에서 중국의 대외 투자 및 협력의 주제로 다자간 협력 플랫폼이 지속적인 개선을 통해 중국 기업은 녹색 에너지, 녹색 인프라 건설, 녹색 해외 협력구 및 녹색 금융 발전 등 방면에서 현저한 성과를 달성했고 대외 투자 협력이 녹색 효과가 지속적으로 나타나고 있습니다.
从2013年到2019年，中国企业在合作国家投资的项目中，清洁类和可再生类能源项目数量以及金额逐年增长。这张表呢，就是从2009年到2017年。那从这个表里我们可以看出，从2013年往后，从2013年到2017年，它的清洁类和可再生类能源项目的占整体投资比重是从24.48%上升到75.67%。
2013년부터 2019년까지 중국 기업의 협력국가 투자 프로젝트에서 청정 및 재생에너지 프로젝트의 수와 금액이 점차 증가했으며 2013년부터 2017년까지 전체 OFDI에서 일부 국가의 청정 산업에 대한 투자 비중도 해마다 증가하고 있습니다. 2020년에는 녹색 에너지 분야의 대외 투자가 처음으로 전통적인 화석 에너지를 능가하고 2021년에는 석탄 프로젝트에 대한 투자가 처음으로 제로가 되었습니다.
接下来是绿色基础设施建设成果显著。
녹색 기반 시설 건설에서 나타난 현저한 성과를 발표하도록 하겠습니다.
首先是在2014年到2020年，中国对外承包工程当中，中国企业签约境外风电、光伏、生物质能源等绿色能源发电项目超过500个，项目金额是500亿美元。
2014년부터 2020년까지 중국 대외 계약 프로젝트에서 중국 기업은 해외 풍력, 태양광, 바이오매스 등 녹색 에너지 발전 프로젝트를 500개 이상을 계약을 했습니다.
第三呢是绿色境外经贸合作区建设初具规模。作为对外直接投资重要的载体，中国积极推进绿色境外经贸合作区建设，在招商引资过程中注重吸引绿色产业入驻，培育低碳项目。
녹색 해외 경제 무역 협력구 건설 초보적인 규모를 갖추었습니다. 중국은 대외 직접 투자의 중요한 매개체로서 최근 몇 년간 녹색 해외 경제 무역 협력구 건설을 적극 추진하고 투자 유치 과정에서 녹색 산업 유치를 중시하고 저탄소 프로젝트를 육성하고 있습니다. 동시에 협력구 건설, 운영 및 관리 과정에서 녹색 업그레이드 개조를 지속적으로 수행하고 있습니다.
第四呢是绿色金融有序发展。近年来，中国在国际绿色金融领域积极发挥影响力，促使绿色金融在全球范围内迅速发展，成为全球环境治理的新型手段。
녹색 금융의 질서 있는 발전에서 최근 몇 년간 중국은 국제 녹색 금융 분야에서 적극적인 영향력을 발휘하여 녹색 금융의 급속한 발전을 촉진하고 새로운 글로벌 환경 거버넌스 수단이 되었으며 해외 직접 투자의 녹색화를 촉진하였습니다.
当然，中国在绿色投资领域呢也存在一些问题，主要表现在13个方面。首先是面临的政治风险和社会风险较大。由于基础设施建设以及能源项目普遍存在的特点是前期投资规模大、投资周期长特点，因此稳定的这个政治和社会环境是项目正常推进的重要保障。从2010年到2021年间，中国绿色能源投资范围十分广泛。 因此呢，世界各个地区若出现政局不稳、暴恐等现象，那对中国海外资产的安全性带来严重威胁，并影响着项目成本的收回以及达到预期的盈利水平。
대외 녹색 투자에 존재하는 문제는 그 중국이 직면하고 있는 정치적 위험과 사회적 위험이 비교적 큽니다. 인프라 및 에너지 프로젝트는 일반적으로 초기 투자 규모가 크고 투자 주기가 긴 특성을 가지고 있으므로 안정적인 정치 및 사회적 환경은 프로젝트의 정상적인 진행을 위한 중요한 보장입니다. 2010년부터 2021년까지 중국의 녹색 에너지 투자 규모는 해마다 확대되어 널리 분포되어 있으며 해외 수령 및 정기 투자, 풍력 투자, 태양광 투자는 라틴 아메리카, 동남아시아, 사하라 이남 아프리카, 유럽 중앙아시아, 오세아나 북미 및 남아시아에 널리 분포되어 있으며 핵 발전 투자는 남아시아에 집중되어 있고 바이오 에너지 투자는 라틴 아메리카에 집중되어 있습니다. 구체적으로 국가 차원에서 관련 투자는 브라질과 라오스, 아르헨티나, 남아프리카 공화국, 캄보디아, 호주, 영국 등의 나라에 관련이 있으며 핵 에너지 투자는 주로 파키스탄에 분포되어 있습니다. 바이오 에너지 투자는 브라질에 분포되어 있고 이와 같은 상황에서 불안정한 정치 상황과 테러가 발생하면 중국 해외 자신의 안전에 재산의 안전에 심각한 위협이 되고 프로젝트 비용이 해수 및 예상 수익 수준에 도달하는 데 영향을 미치게 됩니다.
第二呢是与东道国绿色合作的绿色标准界定不同，中国企业在国际化过程当中，绿色标准界定方面采用的是中国的行业标准，东道国部分国家采取的是国际标准，与中国的行业标准存在很大差异。因此呢，中国的产品和设备在走出去的时候，需要先得到第三方机构的认证，这给中国企业走出去带来一些不便。
주체 국가의 녹색 협력에 대한 녹색 표준의 정의가 다른 상황도 문제가 되고 있습니다. 중국 기업의 세계화는 일반적으로 녹색 표준의 정의에서 중국의 산업 표준을 채택하는 반면 주체국의 일부 국가는 중국의 산업 표준과 매우 다른 국제 표준을 벤치마킹하고 있는데 중국의 산업 표준과는 큰 차이가 있습니다. 또한 일부 주체국의 국가 간에 채택된 국제 표준도 완전히 통일되지 않았습니다. 예를 들어 아프리카 프랑스어권, 영어권, 포르투갈어권 국가 승인 표준 인증이 다른데 이는 중국산 제품과 장비는 제3자 기관의 인증을 받아야 수출할 수 있어 중국 기업의 세계화에 큰 장애와 불편을 초래하고 있습니다.
第三呢是绿色金融投融资规模有待进一步提高。
세 번째로 녹색 금융의 투자 융자 규모가 늘어날 것을 기대하고 있습니다.
最后呢，就如何推进对外直接投资呢，提出政策建议。
다음은 해외 직접 투자의 녹색화 추진의 정책을 추진하고 있습니다.
第一呢是加强对绿色投资发展理念的宣传。
첫 번째로 녹색 투자 발전 이념에 대한 홍보를 강화하고 있습니다.
第二呢是继续推进绿色金融发展，构建完善的绿色金融服务体系。
두 번째는 녹색 금융 발전을 계속 추진하고 완전한 녹색 금융 서비스 시스템을 구축하고 있습니다.
第三呢是关注东道国的相关法律，加强国际合作。
세 번째는 주체국의 관련 법규에 주의를 기울이고 녹색 국제 협력을 강화하고 있습니다.
第四呢是促进与合作国家绿色标准对接。
네 번째는 우세와 신흥 분야에서 협력하여 협력 국가 녹색 표준과의 연결을 촉진하고 있습니다.
以上是我分享的内容，谢谢大家。
감사합니다.
Thank you for your presentation. Now we have finished all the speeches. Actually, due to the time limit, Q&A was omitted. So I think it would be nice to have discussions freely after the conference with presenters. Lastly, there will be a commemorative photo. 사진 촬영이 있겠습니다. 그래서 all the guests and professors, please come forward. 사진 촬영이 있겠습니다. 그래서 모든 참여자분들께서는 앞에 나오셔서 사진 촬영을 해주시면 감사하겠습니다. 어디에서 하나요? 올라오나요? 단상 위로 올라와 주십시오.
Somewhere here, right?
Okay.